everyone, my name is Amanda Weston and today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to wean your toddler. So if you want some tips, just keep on watching. Why did I do that? So tip number 1 is to go slowly. Don't cut from 5 feeds to like 0 feeds or 3 feeds to 0 feeds because you're just going to be so sore and leaking and engorged and irritable, and then you're gonna have a crying baby as well. It's just not a good combination at all. So just go slow. It may seem like it's gonna take an eternity, but the slower you go and the easier of a transition it is, the easier it is for the both of you. So that leads me into my next one, is to cut out 1 feed at a time. And I would cut out the least, the shortest nursing session or the easiest to distract your child. So what we did is nap time first, because she didn't nurse for that long. She would just be like out. So instead of nursing her to sleep and like holding her, we would make it super fun, and we would go let her pick out her favorite cup, and I'd let her help me pour her milk into her cup, and it'd be so fun. I would like be over the top about it, and I would make it seem like the funnest thing in the world to do. And for her, that helped her so much. Like, I can pour my own milk, oh my gosh, like how fun is that? And she would get to sit on the countertop, which she normally doesn't do. It was just like the funnest thing. I feel like that kind of like helped her with the nursing in our room. And then I would take her into her room and I would set her milk down and I would read her books, and I wouldn't let her touch her milk until I left the room, or else she would drink it all by the time we were done reading her books. So I would read her books, I would tuck her in, I would turn on her nightlight, and I would say, okay, I love you, good night. I would give her a kiss, and I'd give her her milk, and then I would turn on the fan and her music, and I'd leave. So tip number 3 is to distract her child. Like I was saying before, I would let her pick out her favorite cup, and I would let her help me pour her milk and all that stuff. I would do the same thing for every feed that I cut. Like for her morning feed, instead of like sitting on the couch and nursing, I would let her help me make her breakfast, and I would also let her pick her favorite cup again, wash her cup if she wanted the same cup the night before, and then let her pour the milk with me again. And then we would go out in the backyard and eat breakfast instead of sitting on the couch, and get out of that routine of sitting on the couch cuddling, and then she would start yanking at my shirt. So I just totally changed it up, and we went outside, and it was so fun for her. She loved it. So any distraction that you can do, like maybe their favorite TV show. And tip number 4 is to be consistent. Please do not cut out a feed and then go give it to them the next day because you're annoyed or you just don't want to hear the crying anymore. I know it's hard. I know you want to go literally probably insane after them pulling on your shirt, and maybe your boobs are getting sore. Mine didn't actually get that sore with how like cutting out 1 feed at a time. They didn't actually get too bad, so I wasn't like super engorged. But maybe you have like a large milk supply, or maybe you're starting with like a higher amount of feeds. Just be consistent, and I promise you it will be shorter in the end, because you won't be like relapsing, and then every step they're gonna try. Because if you're weaning a toddler, they're smart. They know how to get you. So if you give in and you're not consistent, they're gonna see that, and they're gonna know like, this is what I can do to get the boob. But be consistent, and you will be thanking your lucky stars that you're not nursing anymore when you're done. Even though I miss it, and I actually still have milk, and it's been what, like 4 or 5 months now since I've weaned her. I still have milk. Another tip is if your spouse is home at a consistent time, or like maybe in the mornings before work, they can do the morning routine or maybe the night routine. For us, that didn't really work out because my husband doesn't have a strict schedule. Where he works all the time changes, and how far away and all that. So his schedule's never really the same. So he can come home like early in the afternoon, or he can come home really late at night. It just honestly depends. So for us, that didn't really work out, and I didn't want him doing it one night and then me doing it one night. I just wanted to keep it the same. But if you do have a spouse who is home like every night at 6 o'clock and can take over bedtime, it'd probably be so helpful. And to not have you in the room and knowing that you're the source of the milk. I didn't have my husband home at a certain time every day, but my sister did move near us from California, where we're all from. And she was here for 3 weeks, and I got so lucky. I already started weaning her, but when my sister got here, she didn't ask for the boob for a whole week. Probably actually a whole, maybe like week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And that helps so much. Tip that I didn't mention in the beginning because not every parent co-sleeps, but for us, we did co-sleep. We had to stop co-sleeping because she would, in the middle of the night, just be pulling my shirt down like she normally would before, or like my boob would just be out in the morning, which was still night nursing. So for us, I had to stop the co-sleeping, and I'm so sad because my husband and I both love co-sleeping. I know it's not for everybody. A lot of people don't agree, but we loved it. But I had to stop co-sleeping in order for this process to work. So if you say like that's your first step before co-sleeping, to move them into their own bed so they can't night nurse, maybe next to you, and maybe a toddler bed or a crib or a pack and play, whatever you can to not have them right next to you so it's like easy access to your boobs. So if you have any other questions, just write it down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. And let me know if you guys want any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye guys. I'm drinking sweet tea, but after